time is it? 7 o'clock. Yep. Boosh.
Boosh. Good timing. Good timing. Although the F1 starts at 8 o'clock.
What, tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, Sunday. Sunday.
It is Sunday. I didn't have work on Friday, so this has felt like a really
What day?
weird...
Sunday. F1 day.
F1 day. Fucking love a bit of F1. We do. Well, actually, that's a lie. My missus likes it, F1. I like it. I like it, and I watch it. But she'll happily smash her bean to it. Like, it's not like a massive thing for me. But I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I can't be asked to watch tonight, though.
To watch it live.
Max is... I've been to Silverstone live to watch it twice, and it was really good.
I think that's really good. Yeah.
Max has already won the World Championship at this point, so I don't see the point in watching any more.
So we cannot win. I don't follow it. I don't follow most sports, if I'm being honest, but I do like watching it here and there.
Yeah.
I have watched it live once working, and it's quite nice. It is an awesome sport to watch live.
So
fucking meow.
People take the mick out of people that drive in NASCAR, but I think NASCAR is technical. You've got 1,000 brake horsepower in a car that has absolutely no brakes and very little computer technology to keep that car on the road. I know they're just doing ovals, but they're banked ovals with 100 or so on. I don't know how many cars. Let's say 50 other cars going around at 200 mile an hour. There's some skill there. People that take the piss, you just don't know what you're on about.
Yeah. And it's mainly endurance, because it's not like it's fucking 10 or 15 laps. It's like 200, maybe 300 in it.
I think they do it in stages, though. I think they do like 60 laps, and then I think they do like 60 laps, come in, and then do another 60 laps like an hour later. I think they do it in stages. I have no idea how it works. But I know that when me and my son were playing like a simulator of NASCAR, and that's how it was run. You done like 60 laps, and you came in and had a rest, and then carried on. That might just be in the game. I don't know. So the
so NASCAR races have anywhere between 150 and 600 laps.
Oh, can you imagine that? How dizzy would you get? 600 circles.
Yeah, first a lap, boss. What lap am I on?
Fucking hell. That's mad.
That's what I mean. It's an endurance as well. Like, to keep your concentration about fucking... I don't know how many are on the track at the time. The awareness you need.
That's a bit crazy.
One little fuck up, mate. You're going at fucking super speeds. It's a big ass crash.
Into a concrete wall, yeah. So yeah, NASCAR is pretty cool. Rally's cool. UFC's pretty cool. Although, in my old age, I'm getting a little bit queasy when it comes to boxing and UFC. When you see someone's eyes roll over or you see something snap, my old age ass self now goes, ugh. Whereas before I'd be like, yeah.
No, I still like. It's a bit like, especially if someone's leg's gone, when it folds. Like, I think I've always been a bit like that, because especially with the footballers mainly, because it's weird, isn't it?
They're not sportsmen. They're playing a game. Let them all just play.
Yeah.
A little bit of football.
I play a lot of football. I used to play a lot of football. Can't anymore. But I couldn't start. I've never watched football thoroughly. I'd rather watch the rugby, to be honest. Because that's more of a fucking.
Yeah, in football, they pretend they're hurt. In rugby, they pretend they're not. There's the difference. That's the difference.
Exactly. That is literally, you've hit it on the nail on the head there. Like, that is literally it. They're probably in so much agony, but they're just like...
They got staples in their head and all sorts, holding things together. They're like, I'm fine. Their fucking eyes hanging out. I'm fine. Let me back on.
Yeah. Apart from, like, I'd say the English footballers in, like, the Premier League. Remember Wayne Rooney and Paul Scholes. Nope. Well, you probably wouldn't, but every time they got fouled or had a bad challenge, they did genuinely have bad challenges, they'd get straight back up, mate. No, holding their face, crying, blah 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 blah. Straight back up. They'll get absolutely tackled, fouled, straight up, and they're gone.
It's the one thing that puts them. It's the one thing that puts me off football is they capitalise on what they see as every opportunity. So if someone looks at them funny, they fall on the floor and be like, "Oh, give me a foul, give me a..." But nah, if football was a little bit, let's upset everyone, masculine. Football was a little bit more masculine, then
no,
you can't say that. But then I'd probably enjoy it an awful lot more.
A bit more physical.
But I enjoyed talking to Keita last week.
Oh yeah,
I felt really bad.
Enjoyed it too.
I felt really bad though. Like when you messaged me going, you need to take that bit out. She ain't happy about it. We won't say what it was, obviously, because otherwise I'll have to do it again. But Yeah, I was just like, oh, fuck. I felt really bad because I said to her, I goes, I can take this bit out. Don't worry about it. And then I didn't, because at the end, when we'd finished, she didn't say, right, can you take this, this, and this out? At this time, I wasn't happy with that. Because she just left, I was like, oh, okay. So she's sound. And then when you messaged me, I'd literally just started a night shift. So you're talking like another 15, 20 hours before I could even take it out. But as soon as I took it out, I messaged her. I was like, look, I'm really sorry. It wasn't done on purpose. Blah, 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 blah.
No, she appreciated that.
Bless her.
She really did. I thought it wasn't that bad, but the thing is, with regarding to a job, it, you know, if she's just not happy with it, then you got to respect that, isn't it?
Regardless of what the situation is, it doesn't matter how I feel about it or how you feel about it. If she was uncomfortable, it has to come out. Regardless.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. I said it might take a while, but you found a way that you did it pretty quick.
Yeah,
there's the YouTube studio on your.
You can go on YouTube, or you can go on YouTube Studio. And if you go into YouTube Studio, it gives you the ability to take parts of an already uploaded video out without affecting your view count, without affecting anything. So
that's good.
Because I come home from work that night and I was shattered, I couldn't be asked to do it there and then. So I just logged on and I made the video private so no one else could see it. Just to, you know, to save anyone accidentally seeing the bit that she didn't want people to see. And then when I woke up, I went onto the YouTube Studio, and I'd never done it before, but it was actually pretty easy to do. I mean, if I can do it, it was pretty easy to do. You then wait for it to re-upload to YouTube, and then you just make it public again, and that bit's not there, it's gone.
That's ideal.
Yeah, so it wasn't too much of a faff. When it happened in the past, when I made a YouTube video, it was actually the last YouTube video I'd done on my Twitch channel, or like on my YouTube personal account, because the video annoyed me. I made a video with a guy, and we all chatted in the Discord beforehand and said, anything that's here that we record tonight, can it be uploaded? And everyone was like, yeah, we'll upload it. So I uploaded it, and this one particular guy got really upset after it got uploaded. He goes, I don't want that bit in there. I don't want that bit in there. Oh my God. And he made a massive thing of it. And so I took it out, but the only way I could take it out then was to take the video down, re-edit it, and then re-render it and re-upload it. It was a fucking pain in the ass for a 30-second clip that you wanted taken out. So thankfully YouTube have changed that now, and you can do it once it's uploaded. But it kind of put me off making YouTube videos after that, because I realized the world is so unbelievably woke and you can't make simple little jokes because people get upset. And it kind of just made me realize that the whole YouTube and trying to make it on Twitch thing just isn't for me. The world's changed.
It has. And I don't think it's changed for the good neither.
Nah, I mean, we're giving these people the right to vote. They can't even decide what fucking gender they want to be, but they're allowed to vote on everything else. They can make a decision on everything else and make it everyone else's problem. That sounds awful.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, you give them so much power to change everything for everybody, yet a lot of them get offended, or they're not sure what they want to be when they grow up. They're not sure what they want to. They don't even know how to identify for themselves, yet they're given the ability to drive a car down the road. There's a correlation somewhere in my brain.
In some sense, as in regard to, like, everyone can be whoever they want to be and not be ashamed of and stuff like that. Like
100%.
10 years ago, if any lesbians or gay men were about, they were very sketchy about where to walk and stuff like that. You know, everyone would look at them funny and stuff. That was just like 10, maybe 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But now no one will bat an eyelid if you just see him kissing in town. Like, no one would really fucking give a shit.
No, I wouldn't.
And that's the improvement we've made. You can 100%. Be whoever you want to be. Just don't try and influence my kid or.
And don't tell me I'm wrong. Like, I post a YouTube video up and you're like, that's so disgusting. I can't believe you. Bro, chill out. The joke back then was,
my view,
was we were playing Valorant. And, you know, in Brimstone, the guy, he throws Molotovs out. And every single time he shouts Molly. And all I said was, can we talk about how he's clearly a little bit suspect because he's throwing Molly around everyone. Molly is widely known as being the date rape drug, isn't it? So I was just like, can we talk about how sus it is he's throwing Molly at everyone? And that's what everyone got offended by. That's what he... And then someone else was like... can you help me over here on the other site because he was being abused? He's like, oh, I'm being abused over it. Can you guys come and help me? And they're like, oh my God, you can't use that word. And he was like, what? It could be a bug abuse. It could be a game abuse. You just immediately think of the worst bloody thing and having a go at him.
Fucking stupid, man.
And then to make his point even clearer, he said, now, had I said molested over here, then you've probably got a point. But I didn't say that. And he wasn't saying I'm about to use the word molested instead. But the fact that he said molested pissed them off even more. And he's like, no, I'm making a point. And then, like, everyone was so offended.
Watching that live, mate, I think.
Yeah, I think you was, yeah.
And I was like, are you fucking serious?
How are you offended by this?
People at Twitch partnered, who've got a bit of a following and stuff like that, are so scared to speak and afraid to offend people, which is, it's getting to a point now where how can you live, if your life is around social media, streaming in front of people, and you're living your life around that to the point where you have got no freedom of speech then? Because you're so worried about offending people. Like, you're that scared. Like, you're going to offend the people no matter what you're going to say. You're going to fuck up.
Me and you talking like this will offend people. Like,
and I don't give a shit.
No. In 10 years' time, if someone watches this back, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Yeah, but it was 10 years ago. It's like Kevin Hart was made to apologise for jokes he made 10 years ago.
Yeah, like, why? Things change. Times change.
He made a joke that if his son came up to him and said I was gay, he'd beat the gay out of him or something like that. And he was like...
For a joke.
For a joke. Obviously, he'd never actually do that, and that's not how he actually thinks. He's a stand-up comedian. But he did apologise. He said, look, I will apologise.
For that joke.
Yeah, for that joke. It comes across really badly. It hasn't aged well, and I appreciate that. But then he was made to apologise again, and he was like, I'm not apologising again. I've apologised once. Then they took the Golden Globes from him because he was supposed to announce the Golden Globes, and it was like a life dream for him to be able to do that, and they took that away from him. And they were like, we don't want you to do it anymore. And he's like, why? And they're like, because your joke you made 10 years ago. And he goes, well, I'm not going to apologise again. I've apologised once. I'm not going to keep apologising for the rest of my life for a joke I made years ago that I've already apologised for once. Like, you need to get over it. I have. But the world we live in now, like, people that are being born now, like right now, when me and you are like 50 odd years old, they'll then be 20 and they'll be offended. And then we've got to apologise to them as well for things that we've said. In 20 years' time. They weren't even born when it was said. It's like the whole Rosa Parks thing. I'm assuming you know history, you know, about black history. Rosa Parks was made to move on a bus, she was sitting on the seat, blah, blah, blah. A white person asked her to move, and so on and so forth. Won't go into the whole thing. But that was horrific. That was history. Back in the time, that was considered fine. But now we look back and go, that was fucking horrific. Times change. For the better, a lot of the time. For the better. But you can't keep apologising for shit. You cannot keep apologising for shit.
Was it this month or last month where it was Black History Month?
Last month. Morgan Freeman has something cool to say about that.
Yeah, I know. I said see a clip about it, and I thought... I think he said, I don't want Black History Month or something like that. And he was like, why? And he goes, well, where's the... do you have White History Month? And
yeah.
Like, no. He's like, well, you know, and he's like, well, do you have Jewish History Month? Like,
When's Jewish?
He says the best thing to not do is talk about it.
Well, the thing is the point, the question was put to him, how do we stop racism? And he said, he answered back with, stop Black History Month. Stop making us different.
Stop talking about it.
Yeah, you don't have White History Month. There's no Jewish History Month. There's, you know, why do we have a Black History Month? Why are we special? Why are we still treated differently? He goes, if you want to get rid of racism, treat us all exactly the same. Don't have a History Month for us all. Just fucking forget about it. Get over it.
This brings us on to the Black Lives Matter. Like, when that came, I was a bit like, Black Lives Matter? The first thing, I remember hearing it very, like, clearly. I was like, oh, it's a Black Lives Matter thing. I know
what you're going to say.
Every fucking life matters, you silly cunts.
Do you know what's funny, right?
Every life. Like, how is that even a thing? Like, now you're trying to section people off from their race and make it a big... What about white lives? What about, you know, like...
any lives, literally.
Any colour, like purple lives matter. Like, what the
fucking,
fuck?
When that all kicked off, right, obviously it was horrific, and I get it, right? But same as you, my first thought was, well, all lives matter. Okay, and then I didn't say it out publicly because people were saying, oh, people that say that are dumb, and they're like, oh, of course white lives matter. We don't need that. The problem is people don't realise that black lives matter. And I was thinking, well, no, there are some dickheads out there that still think that. But ultimately, there's dickheads out there that think that white lives don't matter, or that like kids' lives don't matter, or elderly people lives don't matter. All lives matter, unless you're a paedophile. Then I couldn't give a fuck. You can go and fucking burn. But all lives matter, essentially. So, but I didn't say it out loud because everyone was going, you can't say that. So I was like, all right, I won't fucking say that. But literally, everyone's life does matter, unless you're a pedo. or a rapist.
So it's weird, isn't it? So yeah, pedo rapist, yeah, but we could say that, and no one would really bat an eyelid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
if I said,
did you fucking see in America? Did you see in America there was someone saying that we can no longer be horrible to pedophiles?
Oh my god.
So, this has just popped into my head. This wasn't even a topic I was going to bring up. There is someone in power in America saying that we have moved on as a nation and we've realised that gay people are acceptable. LGBT is all acceptable. People can fancy and like and do whatever they want with whoever they want. But there's one corner of this that we still abandon, and that's the people that find younger people attractive. They can't help it, but we still persecute against them. And I think it now comes a time when we should be accepting of these people. What?
Are you fucking mad?
Mate, honestly, and it's gaining traction. Like, this person's getting a following from people that agree, saying, oh no, finding kids attractive is completely normal and that we need to stop having a go at pedophiles for expressing themselves. What? Actually a thing. I'm not making this up.
Mate, it's
hard to hear.
I think a lot of people that are agreeing don't have fucking kids. I could put money on that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, they don't have kids, or they're pedos, or they're pedos in hiding. Yeah. They're pedos themselves, and they agree with the notion because
God,
it's annoying, isn't it? They agree with the notion because they hope that one day it will allow them to be themselves. Fuck
Look at this. You know when spiders are cunts and they just come out the blue? Look at this bad boy. That's just literally I just saw him moving in the corner of my eye.
I love spiders.
Sorry about I don't mind him. I'm gonna leave him. They just come out at the most random times. Look.
Oh, he's a big old boy.
I'm like, fuck. Ah!
Why are you so scared?
He's gonna jump at me.
It's not a jumping spider, you fool.
He's disappeared now. He was like, he come in and said, "Are you in the podcast today, Pricey? Hello."
So me and my missus.
I go to bed now.
Me and my missus. Anyway. Yeah, he's gonna crawl up your nose. Me and my missus are gonna come and see you next weekend.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, we'll discuss it in the week.
You don't sound too joyful about me and my missus. You're like, yeah, we'll discuss it.
Yeah, I have to fucking stop. I have to like make some barriers to stop me from touching and groping my missus up, you know, molesting my wife.
What makes you think I'll do that?
I don't know, mate. Maybe because
you know there's freedom
about her.
You know there's freedom of speech, but there's freedom of touch as well. I am free to touch your missus. You cannot persecute me for my freedom of touch.
Shagged in ages.
Shagged in ages. All right, Davey. Do I have anything written down? Yeah. I was going to see if I had things written down.
That's a new one for me.
It's annoying.
But that'd be a good way to actually to start something to lure all those fucking pedos in, is to make like a sort of petition saying, yeah, we should be less cruel on pedophiles. If you agree with this,
join our Discord.
Join our Discord, and then there you go. You've got half of them on Discord. You've got a lot of them that are agreeing with that and think, oh fuck, and then you can get the old close team watching them and see what they're up to.
Yeah, they're calling them MAP, minor attracted person.
Personnel, probably.
Yeah. Why did the minor attracted person movement gain publicity recently? Yeah, it's on minor attracted persons acceptable.
The Isaiah factor on. They will never. They say they will never.
That's stressing me out.
Take the stigma
I'm not gonna lie.
off
That's really
of
stressing me out.
and as a part of the LGBT
hang on a minute,
community,
I'm offended.
I don't
Pricey,
want them.
hang on a minute.
My friends don't want them. Our Pride family does not want them. This is just, it's just a distraction. I have never heard a single queer person even consider adding this to our community. Like, this is just craziness. This is not the stigma off of right
what
down.
What kind of crazy is this?
What kind of crazy shit is it?
Adults attracted to children
Yeah, like, sorry, I know you can't actually see what I'm just showing it. But yeah, I just put the video up for 2 seconds. But yeah, it's gaining traction in America, but some people are going, yeah, it's absolutely crazy. I do actually have a question to put your way. In fact, let me bring up a picture of this said person and send it to you. Okay, so I think this is old news, but I wanted to know what you thought. Hang on. Let me bring up a picture. Okay, so Victoria's Secret.
Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, so this is a really, and I mean this genuinely, is a difficult subject. Because I agree in certain instances, but disagree strongly in other instances. So Victoria's Secret, do you know who they are?
I'm not, is that a clothes brand for women?
It's like a lingerie model for women.
Yeah.
A lingerie company for women.
Yeah, that's right. And it's like high quality stuff.
Very high quality. Very high quality. Now, last year, I believe it was, they hired a model that had Down syndrome. Now, personally, no problem with that. You can employ whoever you want. Equal rights for everyone. It doesn't matter what race, religion, skin color, disability.
Every lives matter.
Everyone matters. They all matter. The only reason this particular one I struggle with is because apparently said model, I'll just bring up a picture of everyone on the podcast to look at. Said model, she's absolutely stunning, but she's got the mental age of a 12-year-old, apparently. So she's legally old enough. They've accepted her as a model, but her medical and her legal age is over 21, but her mental age is around like 12, 13. How fucking hard is that to like work out whether that's morally correct or not?
That's a good question, actually.
It's hard, bro.
Well, firstly, how can they gauge on what her mental age is?
That's quite an easy thing to do medically. What interests the person? Yeah, I mean, if you're 22 and you're into colouring in bumblebees, you're into Roblox. I mean, I love Roblox and bumblebees are pretty sick. But if they've got childlike tendencies, if they're still learning to hold a knife and fork the correct way, if they're still learning to eat with their mouth shut, if like things that my kids do, have temper tantrums because their shoe is fucking the knot is doing their head in, so they have a full-on tantrum. It's quite easy to tell the mental age of somebody as opposed to their actual age. It's like you're a fully grown adult, but I wouldn't trust you with a toaster. Do you get what I mean?
That's I wouldn't trust myself with a toaster, actually.
So exactly. So there are ways of working it out, but take that away from it. Let's just say that she's got the mental age of a 12-year-old medically, but she's legally old enough. Morally, is that correct?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Because you're sexualizing someone that's got the mental age of a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Why does she want to be a Victoria's Secret?
Officially,
legally, they've done nothing wrong.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If she's gone, yeah, I'll do it, and she knows the full story of what she's representing as a brand, as a model, then fair enough. But if she's like, I like colouring books, and I don't know what a bra is.
It's hard because
it's like, are you just doing it for the sake of equality with?
Partly, I guess.
Rather than being like a 10 out of 10 model, perfect tits, perfect ass, perfect body, perfect hair, perfect eyes, lips, nose, ears.
The other side to it, yeah, but the other side to it is she's not like on OnlyFans. She is advertising clothes. She's a clothes model. I think the problem then comes with the fact that it's lingerie. Now, obviously, her dignity is still going to be covered. Nipples, vagina, that's all going to be covered because it's lingerie. That's what it does. It supports you wearing it. It's just underwear. So women looking at it are going to go, oh, that's nice underwear. But it's the men that sexualize the fact that it's a woman in her underwear. Or people that are attracted to females, I should say, given this day and age. Do you know what I mean?
How old is she?
Like 22, 23.
Which comes on to the next fact, isn't it? So, like, let's say if she gets into a relationship.
Yeah. So there was a thing about that as well.
If she's not allowed to have a relationship.
Well, take her out of the equation. There was actually another story of a person who is the physical size of like a 6-year-old. She is,
what?
Yeah, she's like 28, 29, but her own words. This isn't me making it up or like a journalist or something. She done an interview and she said she finds it hard going on dates because of the amount of creeps she finds. So she has been on dates and then later found out the person she's on a date with is actually a paedophile. Like they've slept with kids before. And that's why they like her, because she still looks like she's 6 or 7, but she's legally old enough. And she finds it very difficult to go on a date because she's not sure that the person that she's meeting has ill intent or is genuinely interested in her as a person. So that's a completely different scenario that I've read about or seen, sorry, I should say. But the Victoria's Secret one's really hard because Victoria's Secret done nothing wrong. Hiring somebody with a disability, great. Crack on. All lives matter. Everyone should be eligible to do these things. She isn't being sexualized by the company because they advertise lingerie. That's just what they do. She isn't being sexualized by herself or her family. The only way to advertise lingerie is for her to stand in lingerie in front of a camera. She's being sexualized by people looking at her that find her attractive. So they haven't done anything wrong, but the fact that her mental age is young makes it uncomfortable. It's a one to wrap your head around. Like I find it difficult.
It's not a massive issue though. Like as I said, if she is knowing what she's in for and she knows what the whole agenda is, who she's advertising for and what it is, then that's fine. But if she's just there, as I said, like if she knows what she's doing, that's fair enough because she's old enough, isn't she? Do you know what I mean?
If she's being used and pushed into it, then no.
I'm just trying to think of me. Like when I was 12, you're still at that. Like you know, we were fucking wanking when we were about 12.
Yeah.
So we know what's what. And if I was 12, and yeah, I think I would do it too. I think I'd know what I'm in for.
What if you were actually 12, bro?
Yeah, I'd get in boxes and just sit there and advertise kids' boxes. Yeah, I felt when I was 12. When I was 12, yeah. If I was 12, there's 12-year-old models.
I don't know about that. I'm not about to Google 12-year-old modelling boxes. I can tell you that's not on my history.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. It's not something like. But I know I'm putting myself in my 12-year-old shoes. If I had a model, a modelling company, say Calvin Klein, come up and say, "Do you want to model 12, teenage boxers?"
Yeah, I suppose it's no different to swimwear, is it? You see, like kids running around in swimwear. I guess, I see that.
Do you know what I mean?
Just this subject kind of like spun my head. It was on the radio the other day, and they were talking about it on there, and it just spun my head. And I was like, I need to ask.
That goes on to that bit where you think of the worst, a bit like what we said earlier when you say abused or molested.
Yes,
you think of the worst, don't you? But when you say, oh yeah, it's a underwear fucking company, and he's got and 12 and a 12-year-old doing it, you kind of think, hang on a minute, isn't it? Should be like at least 18, it should be at least legal. So yeah, it's one of those. It's no different to wearing you see all these kids running around in swim trunks on holiday and stuff like that, in front of strangers, but they're just advertising for boxes. Yeah, I think, and I'm just putting myself in the 12-year-old shoes. If I was 12, if Calvin Klein went up to me and said, mate, yeah, we'll give you some money. Obviously, I think I did go to the gym at 12. Yeah, I did.
Did you?
So, yeah, I did, yeah. I did. I was starting it, mainly using, like, treadmills and stuff like that.
Fuck that. At 12.
But, like...
fuck that now.
As you get older, you can't be fucked.
Yeah. Changing subject completely. I had a good one this week. Go on, then. So, we had an electrician come round and check all of our plugs and check everything, just like a yearly or a 5-yearly checkup.
Is it a pack test?
Pat test, yeah. But that's normally on devices,
work equipment.
Yeah, it's not. You don't normally do that in your residential. But we had them come round and do an electrical test because we had the house rewired not too long ago, and things were just a little bit weird, right? I was going to say the word, but I'm not saying the word yet. You'll see why. Things weren't working. This is the point. Things were... so we had him come round and he's checked. And he goes, yeah, you got a broken earth somewhere. I've done a test. We need to take all the plug sockets off and check. Anyway, he was here for like 5 hours and couldn't find it anywhere. Anyway, he's behind the bed. We pulled the bed out because there's a plug behind the bed. And he's like, you know what, chat? He's a proper old school. He's probably like 55, 60-year-old electrician. And he goes, lad, that's really queer. That is. It's really queer. Can't find the fucking thing. And he's swearing and stuff. Like, you know, it's really queer. And I just started smiling. He goes, what are you smiling at? I goes, the word queer. And he goes, oh, fuck, sorry. And I go, no. I said, you're exactly the same as me, old school. I goes, it meant something different nowadays. I goes, I know I'm not the same age as you, but it meant something completely different. He goes, and I still bloody use it. He goes, but sometimes I use that in customers' houses and they do look at me a bit funny. And he goes, but I don't mean anything by it. He goes, it just means a little bit weird. Like, I can't work it out. It's a little bit odd. He goes, but they've changed the fucking word. And nowadays, we're not allowed to use it because some youth said so. And I goes, exactly. He goes, I use it all the bloody time.
Yeah, they were there before the people that are getting offended.
Exactly.
Before the people. So
and he goes, they've changed the way.
You have the right to do that.
Yeah. He was like, they've changed what the word means, and now they're offended when I use it for what it actually means. I was like, I know.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But he just immediately made me laugh because he was just like, oh, that's a bit queer. And then after that, he was walking around. He would just go, that's a bit queer. Even if he didn't need to, he would just run, that's a bit queer.
This was queer. Was queer. Yeah.
But it was really refreshing to hear someone else say it and be like, oh, it's a load of bollocks. Like, I can't believe people get offended by that. And I was like, yes, absolute legend. But you find that kind of like in the old school tradesman people type thing.
Yeah.
In the trade.
And my dad's the same. He says some old, he's kind of like, he can be racist sometimes, but he's got plenty of black friends. And I think that was like it back in the day when he got brought up, you know? He got banter, and, you know, you couldn't say the things he say in public, what they used to. Not a chance. And as I said, that's the generation's change, isn't it?
My dad was so un-racist, it was unbelievable. So my dad spent a lot of time in prison, spent a lot of time doing, like, and he built, like, he was a wrong-un. He built his own business up, being a builder, and then he only ever really employed ex-cons and people that had troubled pasts. But because of that, he had a massive respect for all people, regardless of race, religion, because he'd seen them all in prison. He goes, we're all exactly the same. So just for banter, while I was growing up, I would say horrifically racist things in front of him because it would make him go, oh, Dan, you can't say that. Oh, I would never believe the things I was saying. I just used to say horrible things when it was just me and him, to make him cringe and make him think that he brought up a racist son. You can't say that. You should love doing that shit to him. But obviously, I'm not actually a fucking racist. Like every racist says. But
I know what you
say it, right?
I feel like if no one said a racist word in their life, they're fucking lying.
Everyone has.
Everyone said it.
I
definitely, everyone said it.
My nan, however, who's 96, is horrifically racist. And I think I've told you this story before. But we took her out for a nice meal at a really nice restaurant down the road for her birthday. And this black family walked in. No one thinks anything of it. Why would we? And I'll get ready for my bleep button. Which one is that one? They sit down next to us, and my nan is looking over her shoulder for this black family, and she goes, "Used to love singing during the war." All right. She went, "One of my favourite songs. Can't sing it anymore." And I went, "All right. Why?" And she went, "Well, it would go to sitting on a garden fence." The horrific word that begins with N. And we're in the middle of this restaurant, and I'm just sat there like... Because the family are literally sitting right behind her. I went, all right, Nan, yeah, you're right. You can't sing that anymore. Please don't sing that, especially in public in this really nice restaurant.
Yeah.
She's horrific. She fucking goes... She's not religious. She goes to the local church to make people's tea. She does the tea and scones for people, bless her. She still does that now at 96 years old. I'll make the tea and scones. She refuses, point blank refuses to make a cup of tea for the Japanese fella that goes to the church. He does not get tea and cake from my nan. He has to go to one of the other old ladies. My nan will not give him... Now, bear in mind, this guy, probably the same age as me, 30, 35, like not even old, right? And I've asked her, why will you not make this poor guy a coffee or a tea or anything like that? She went, because of the Japs. What the Japs did in the war, prisoners of war, they were fucking disgusting, Dan. Not having it. I will not serve them. I'm like, Nan, you realise he wasn't there? Like, he's done nothing. It had nothing to do with him. It had nothing to do with his parents. It was probably something to do with his grandparents. Granted. But he's done nothing. She's like, I don't care. Don't like the Japs. Won't do it. You cannot change her mind. You cannot change her mind. But then she's been shot at. So, you know, she grew up in World War II, running away from people shooting and planes and bombs. And so, like, what can you say? You can't tell her she's wrong now. Times have changed. She's still stuck in the 1940s. But times have changed. Times have changed. And when we're like, old, we're going to be told all sorts of shit as well.
Well, it's like now, like, for example, my stepbrother, his nickname is Buddha. Because you can imagine what Buddha looks like. Yeah. That was him. He's quite fat. It's slight colour to him. And shaven head. And we used to call him Buddha through school.
Mate,
no one batted an eyelid.
My dad used to call me Buddha.
As we got older, we were quite sketchy by shouting Buddha, calling him, because of what he is, in public. Because we're like, mate, you're being racist. So no, it's his fucking nickname, you stupid cunt.
My nickname for my dad was either Six Chin or Buddha. And wait there, 2 seconds.
Here we go. Six chins.
Right, I got a little shrine to my dad over there of all my dad's things because he used to call me Buddha. We have a collection of Buddha stuff, of Buddhas ornaments in my room, Buddha ornaments. So it was never like a mark of disrespect.
That one, right? You've got there.
It was never a mark of disrespect. It was just, you big fatty, you little Buddha, you.
Yeah. Well, the Buddhas out there now get really offended. Nah, I'm joking. Buddhas won't give a fuck.
They don't care about anything, do they?
Hang
on,
I really want to have a look at that. I really want to watch that. What is a Woman by what's his name again? Mark? Is it Mark something?
No.
What is a woman? Who? No. Yeah. What is a woman? I really want to watch that documentary.
What is a woman? Daily Wire. Watch now.
Who is it?
Matt Walsh.
Matt Walsh, that's it, yeah.
Matt Walsh. What video games are you playing at the minute? Because the new Call of Duty just come out.
So I'm waiting until tomorrow I get paid. I'm going to buy Call of Duty, I'm going to download it, and I'm going to be playing Call of Duty this week.
Can you not play the BR for free? You're paying for the
BR comes out in I think it's the end of November. End of next month. Well, this month coming. Yeah, so and that's free. Yeah, Warzone's normally free. So but I normally I want it for the campaign really. I'll pay 60 quid, I'll pay 100 quid for it. I love the campaign. It's a very nostalgic game for me.
Yeah.
Playing the first Call of Duty with Captain Price. I remember it clear as day on the old Xbox 360, PS3, playing it and just loving it and spending all my childhood on that game. My teenagehood.
I had some good memories
Modern
on
Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, fucking living the dream.
How mad is it?
Went up to all these different fucking all these different CODs, which, you know, Black Ops, this, that, and the other, which was shit. I don't like any of the other CODs. It was just mainly the Modern Warfare franchise. And then when this new Modern Warfare came out, the recent one, I loved it. And then Warzone came out, I loved it. And then all the cheaters ruined the game, which pissed me off because it was a really nice game when it first came out. And then Modern Warfare 2's out now. I tried the beta and it was fucking lovely to play. They've changed a lot with the mechanics. So I'm going to look forward to it. It's not so running around 360 no scoping and all that shit. It's a bit more oomph to it, a bit more realism.
How mad is it? We probably killed each other back in the day.
Could have.
Like we there's a potential that we were in the same game and that we annihilated each other.
At one point, yeah, because I had many games, yeah.
But
yeah.
So Call of Duty. I'm not a massive fan of Call of Duty. I used to be. I have some wicked memories. And the group of people... I always thought that the group of people that I used to play with back in the day, if we'd only just recorded what we were doing and uploaded it to YouTube, how different our lives would have been. Because we were playing in the infancy of YouTube, in the infancy of Twitch and all that sort of stuff. And when you look at Tim the Tap Man and Ninja, that's what they did. They just uploaded clips and stuff to YouTube and Twitch and just to see where it kind of went. And because they were the early adopters, they were like the first people on those platforms doing what they were doing. That's where they are now. But the things that
100%.
me and my friends were doing back then were hilarious. We had Normski, who is Welsh with a solid Welsh accent. We had Flip Flop with his Irish accent. And then we had people in London, Tonsnator, Hoggy. We had some really good people. And it was just, the games were just so fucking funny. And looking back now, Tonsnator has sadly passed away. He passed away like 3 years ago.
Is that those emote on your channel?
Yeah, Tonsnator. He was my mod. It was really sad, man, because he was modding while I was on Twitch. He said, I'll be right back. I'm just going to go and get my inhaler. Had an asthma attack and died. Never came back. Like, while I was streaming, like, fucking mad one.
Oh, my days.
Yeah. Normski won 7.5 million on the lottery and opened up his own hairdressing chain. He was always a hairdresser, but he started his own chain in Wales, so he doesn't play games anymore because he's too busy in his business. And then a load of them just turned into absolute fucking bellends, and I don't speak to him anymore. But yeah, back in the day, Call of Duty was definitely the one. But I, as you know, have recently gotten back into World of Warcraft, and I vowed I would never do it because it sucked up so much of my time and so much of my life. I was waking up early to play the game, staying up late to play the game, and while I was at work, it was all I could ever think about, and when I was with my family, it was all I could ever think about, and I managed to drop that habit, like quitting smoking. But then some bellend named Dalesy decided he would want to pick it back up and ask me to play again, and here I am.
Well, that's what you get when you're playing with someone that would prefer sex and play video games and sex, you know?
Yeah, he does prefer video games over sex. I just think he's been having sex.
He's doing it right.
I was going to say, he's not doing it right. He's not met the right women, has he? He's definitely not met the right women. He's like, my warlock is so much better than having sex. Okay, buddy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that one for sure. But
that's
yeah,
a massive L. Would you going to come play WoW?
No. I just don't have time, mate. Like, the only time I have is when I'm live. Like, literally, like now, I'm scraping for this hour now.
Same.
Like, without fucking the missus saying, what are you doing?
If I'm honest, bro, today has been a fucking shit show for me. Like, an absolute shit show. So, all I had to do, I had one job today. Because I like to have a jobs list over the weekend and I can work my way through it bullet point by bullet point. Anyone can make the list. The kids can make the list. My wife can make the list. My mother-in-law, if she's got jobs around the house, as long as I got a list, I'm happy. So the final thing I had was to sand down my stepson's door. He wants to repaint it. So I was like, yeah, I'll sand it down. We'll get it ready. And the next weekend, we'll get the paint and we'll paint it. So I sanded the door down first thing this morning, which was actually really funny because he's completely deaf.
I am listening, mate. I'm going to send you something in a minute, but keep going.
All right. He's completely deaf, and he has to have cocculars on the back of his head so he can hear. And I said to him yesterday, I goes, bro, I don't want to wake you up by coming in your room and sanding. He was like, dude, I'm deaf. It's really not a problem. So this morning, I had my power tools in his bedroom, and he's just in bed asleep. Can't hear a fucking thing. That was the weirdest thing, starting up power tools next to someone who's asleep and them not flinching. I was just like, that's fucking mad. But anyway, so I sanded...
That's like me, that is.
It was so funny, though. And then he slowly woke up, and he was like, oh, hello. But it wasn't me making noise because obviously he's deaf. But anyway, so I sanded the door down, and then my jobs were to... Then all my jobs were done. So at that point, I was like, I need to have a shower now. I'm covered in sawdust. And my wife went, oh, I'm just going to have a quick bath. Not a problem, Of. And she went, do you want to go and have a shower first? I was like, no, you've planned to have your bath now anyway. So you go and have your bath and I'll have a shower straight after. So she goes and has a bath. Bro, I'm not joking. 2 hours. 2 hours. Now, bear in mind, I've got OCD and I like to be clean and tidy. I'm covered in sawdust. I'm not sitting down on my sofa covered in sawdust. I'm not doing it. So when she said she was going to have a quick bath, I'm thinking 20 minutes, half hour max. So for 2 hours, I'm stood up in the hallway because I don't want to go in the front room. I don't want to go in the kids' room. I'm covered in sawdust. I'm covered in shit. Yeah. I need to put my tools away. I'm just stood there for 2 hours. Like, okay, cool. Then I go and have when she comes down, all smiley and happy, and I'm just like, I've been studying for 2 hours. This is great. I go and have a shower, and while I'm over here, I quickly throw the PC on because that was something I needed to quickly download for World of Warcraft. So I've downloaded that, and while I'm sitting here, now bear in mind I've been 15 minutes. I get a text from her, something along the lines of, "You coming back?" We live in 2 different houses opposite each other. For people that don't know, "Are you coming back over?" Oh, I've been here for like 15, 20 minutes, and you're already texting to find out where I am. Okay, cool. So I said, "Yeah, no, I'll be back over in a minute." So I do what I have to do, and then I go back over. And then I'm thinking she wants me back over because she wants to watch a film, or she wants us to all sit in the front room as a family, get under the blanket, get some knickknack. No. She just wanted me back over. I go back over, I sit on the sofa. My son goes on his Xbox, my daughter goes on her iPad, and my missus walks off into the kitchen and is watching Formula 1. So I'm just sitting on the sofa. I'm not needed. I'm not needed. In that, my kids aren't playing with me. They're perfectly happy in their own little world. I wasn't needed at that moment. So then I go, right, I'll put something on the telly. My daughter, put Monsters Inc. on, Dad. All right. So she's now got Monsters Inc. on the telly. She's got her iPad. My son's on the Xbox and my wife's in the kitchen. I'm just sitting in the front room. Then my son wants my phone so he can play Roblox. So he's then sat at his Xbox, not using it, using my phone to play Roblox. So then I've got no entertainment. The TV's gone and my phone's gone. The kids have got more entertainment than they know what to do with. And my wife's in the kitchen watching the Formula 1. I'm on the sofa on my own all day, and I'm doing nothing. And I'm wasting my day. And it is driving me fucking mental. And then she's like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is great. Fucking great." And then she's like, "Oh, I like to play games of an evening. Kids have gone to bed. My missus will watch shit on TV, do her jigsaw puzzles, and I'll do my thing. Are you going to watch the Formula 1 tonight at 8 o'clock, Dan?" So I can't even game tonight because she wants me to go back over and watch the Formula 1 at 8 o'clock. So I've got, so I just existed today.
Yeah, but you don't have to watch the F1.
No, but if I don't, then she'll feel like I don't want to spend time with her or something. I don't know. She'll probably be okay. She'll probably be like, "Yeah, no, that's fine. Don't watch it." But
what don't you say? If you don't want to do something, that's the same. If my missus doesn't want to do something, she'll tell me, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to force her.
The problem is,
it's vice versa.
Yeah.
Yes, she might go, for example, "I'm going to game tonight. Well, can you not chill with me?" It's like, well, what are we going to do then? Like, I'm not going to watch shit TV. You had this discussion with her last time. Like, I'm not going to sit there and waste my evening watching shit TV. Has to be an even balance. Like, you got to do something together. You watch something that's going to be on par, maybe a movie or whatever, or just,
Well, this is the thing.
It's
She's had me all day, but decided to stand in the kitchen. I was there all day, and she didn't speak to me because she's on TikTok or watching Formula 1. So I'm just all day. I sat on the sofa.
But it's like for today for me, it's like I got up, went swimming with Cobain. Then it was like I had no plans in my head because I'm quite spontaneous.
Yep.
Then she comes up with me saying, "Right, we're going to Play Planet," which is this big ball pit room.
Oh, cool.
In the middle of town, and we're like, "Oh, okay." I ring my sister 45 minutes before I'm going. Said, "Do you want to come?" And my sister's just like me. "Yeah, I'll book it now. No plans, just does it.
Cool.
There in 45 minutes, we're there. Spent a good 2 hours there. Left. Then he was like, "Oh, what should we do now?" I'll go do some shopping. All right, let's go do some shopping then. Literally there and then we go do shopping. Does the shopping, driving, and then it was like, "Oh, what time is it? Let's go home now. Put the shopping away, make the kids food, blah, blah, blah. They can play with their toys for a few hours at home, so that's the only time they do."
Yeah.
Got halfway on the way home, and I just went, "I really want to go to the driving range. Fuck it, I'm going to go golf driving range." And my missus goes, "Yeah, go do it." And I'll go, "I'll take Cobain." And Cobain said, "I'll come." And he loved it to go watching me. Every time I was hitting the ball right today, he was going, "Daddy, did that go to space?" I went, "Yeah." But every time, like about 5 shots in a row, he kept saying it. And there was a guy next to me, and he kept saying it as he was, and it was annoying me, let alone that random bloke. I was like, "Right, here's my phone. Shut up." Because people are trying to concentrate and work on their swing, and they probably didn't mind, to be fair. But it was every time I hit the ball. "Did that go to space?" Did that? Because he couldn't see it because it would shoot off up in the air. I was like, "Yeah." Whack again. "Did that go to space, Daddy?" "Yes."
Yeah, we get it, Pricey. You've turned into Cobain. You've told me 20 times now.
It's annoying, isn't it? It's annoying. But yeah, it was so yeah, it was quite a crazy day. And then I just said, "Oh, I've got a podcast tonight." And she was like, "Oh, who's gonna put the kids to bed?" I was like, "Well, they'll go to bed, put them to bed, put one to bed, and I said, "Oh, I got to go now. You got to put Cobain to bed." So yeah, it's like trying to get that even balance between both. Yeah, but now if I spend the evening with her now, give it a good old pricey D, I'm not allowed to go and stream after. If I said I was, should be like, no, I'm not doing it then.
Mad.
Like, why?
Mad.
So like, let's say I go back now. We have some food. Say we start shagging around about 9:30, 10 o'clock. We're done by 5 past, and had a shower in between. 5 minutes shag.
Right.
She'll like want to chill in bed, and I'm just sat there like, what am I gonna do? Like,
no, it's not me. I can't do it.
I got to get back up and like, I'm a late night owl.
Yeah,
and I like to stay up late.
By the way, your day sounds horrific.
That's like every day, man.
So spontaneous. I know.
Oh yeah.
I need a plan. I need to know what's happening, when it's happening, and what time it's happening. This spontaneous bullshit.
It's fine. No, if I got a plan, it's fine. But 9 times out of 10, it's spontaneous. Yeah.
If we went to some sort of kids' world where there's a ball pit, we'd have planned it. And if on the way home my missus goes, "Can we pop into Tesco's?" No. But I'm not even joking. But we've got no milk. Should have thought about that. You didn't tell me before we went out. No, that's not the plan.
I think you've got a little bit of autism in you, mate.
Been tested. Got tested last year. Got tested last year. No,
because you don't like the spontaneous. You have to have the schedule.
Have to have a plan. And if anyone is late for the plan, they're dead to me. Dead to me. Absolutely dead. If you're happy to waste your time, you're also happy to waste my time, dead to me. Needs to be a plan.
How did that test go? You didn't give us a result of that test.
I'm not autistic.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm not autistic.
Okay. Yeah. All right, because you said, I got a test last year, but you didn't give us a result.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I don't know if you left on a cliffhanger there.
No, no. I'm heavily dyslexic, which kind of falls into the same sort of like we need routine and we need. It falls into the same sort of category, but not really. But you know what I mean. We've got similar attributes, but no, I'm not autistic.
Yeah,
I'm not autistic. What are these pictures you sent me, by the way?
Oh yeah, so I sent you these pictures because you're on about your carpentry and stuff like that. So this is a thing that I saw at our wedding venue. It's a DJ booth, right?
Right.
I looked at it. I thought, that looks fucking lovely. And I thought, how much is it to have this, like, these decorations? And it's like 800 quid just for the night. And I looked at it and I went, it looks like 2x2 fucking batten, right?
Yeah.
Shaped in a box. A bit of plywood, probably like, 6x6, cut up in different sections. And a shit ton of old, like crates.
Crates,
the old crates. And I thought, I wonder if Dan wants to make us one for our wedding.
You want me to make that? That easy.
Yeah.
Mate, it's even got hinges. This motherfucker folds this shit out and uses it at everyone's wedding because it's got hinges on it. Like, he packs it up and puts it away.
Yeah.
£800,
mate. Yeah, mate, you should probably do that. Make me one. And then take it back, and then hire it out to people's weddings. Put the lights in, and then just go. Yeah, you can have it for £500 if you want.
So
and people will pay that. People will genuinely pay that, mate. Honestly.
So your DJ has got this.
Yeah, so the DJ will have that as like a booth, as like they'll put all their equipment in there.
But no,
I've got you on something here.
What I'm saying is, your DJ brings this with him. This is a part of his equipment.
Yeah.
And he's charging you £800 to put that in front of his DJ booth.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
So this is on top of his actual charge.
No, that's everything with his charge. As in normal DJs, like our DJ will have a similar sort of setup. Not as nice, but he's cheaper. But because he's more expensive, he's got all like that wooden sort of.
Oh, I see. So you've gone with a different DJ, but you still want that sort of decoration.
Yeah,
that can be made.
Right.
That can be made, but for a fact, if I make that for you, when's your wedding?
Next year, June.
Oh yeah, I can make it by June. That is not going in my car. You'll be picking it up.
Alrighty then.
Nothing's going in my Mercedes that even looks that rough.
It wouldn't even fit. I don't think it will fit.
Probably wouldn't fit. Because I don't know if you know this, but I drive a Mercedes-Benz. So yeah, I could make that. That wouldn't be a problem at all. It wouldn't even take that long.
Yeah, if you could, mate, and then I'll give you the money for the materials and stuff. And then I'll come down in a van and pick it up. And then if you want, I can bring it back to you, and then you can I don't know, if you want to post it online for some people to rent out if you want, because people love that, you know.
You can keep it, bro.
For renting. Yeah, I'll just.
You can rent it out.
Oh, I'll rent it out and see how it goes on. And then I'm like, right, Dan, make us another one, please, mate. We've got a business.
Standard,
We've got
mate.
a business going here.
Happy. I'm happy to do the woodwork. The thing is, I don't want to do the actual business side of it. Like, my next door neighbor, she wants me to make loads of stuff for her. And she's like, if you can make this, we'll sell it. I'm like, okay, cool. Not a problem. Oh, like, a family member of hers wanted a planter. So I made them a planter. And they didn't offer me any money. I was a bit like, okay, that's a bit rude. But whatever. I was just like, yeah, just, pay it forward. Be nice to somebody else if they need some food or whatever. Just, pay it forward. She didn't even offer to give me any money. All right, cool.
What about for the materials?
No, nothing. Didn't offer to do
So you paid for the materials, did all the graft, and then you just took it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fucking cheeky.
It was cheeky as fuck. So I made one for my front garden. And then my neighbor said, when he saw me, he goes, where did you buy that? Because I need one for my garden. And I was like, oh, I made it. I'll just make you one if you want. He was like, no, don't do that. And then so for a present, because he's a wonderful neighbor, I made it for him.
Right, yeah.
Then they had family come round, and she said the same to them. He was like, oh, where'd you buy that? That's literally what I'm looking for. And he was like, oh, my neighbor made it. And she was like, do you reckon he'd make me one? He goes, we can knock and ask. He's a nice enough fella. Really good looking, got a massive cock. So they came round and knocked on my door.
On his head.
Came round and knocked on my door, and they were like, "Oh, could you make me one?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, you tell me how much it will cost and everything, and I'll get it." I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll get one done." So in the space of like 4 or 5 weeks, just pottering in the garage, I made one. I had loads of scrap wood. I had to go and buy maybe 20 quid's worth of materials that I didn't currently have. But I made it for her, and then I painted it and made it look really nice. Put a nice felt bottom on it, like really, really nice bit of kit. And then I took it round to them, and I said, I've left it in your driveway. It's behind your bins. So when your family member comes round, just tell her to throw it in a car type thing and come and see me. And she threw it in a car, and I was crossing the road. She went, oh, thanks for the thing. That's fucking amazing. I was like, yeah. Bye. Oh. Okay.
Not even like a gesture,
Nothing.
like a £10 note.
Not even. So I was like, okay.
The thing is, it's like with everything. If you have something like that, you have to. With me, it's like I'll definitely put like if you enjoy doing that, and I'll pay for the materials. I couldn't not do that. Like I could not give you something for it. Like I can just take it and go, oh yeah, happy days. I just used you for your advantage of your skills. I'll be like, nah, I have to give you something.
I mean, that's entirely up to you, isn't it? I mean, I would never.
I wouldn't want you to pay for the materials, make it with your time, even though that's your like hobby enjoyment. And then not pay you for it. Like I'd pay for the materials for you to have the fun, Yeah,
that's fair enough.
If you genuinely enjoy it, because I think it's a bit of
I love it.
It's for your dad mainly, isn't it? Like,
yeah. I love being in the garage and just making stuff. It is fun for me. Yeah, I can make you one of those. That's not a problem. You just tell me dimensions, like how wide you need it, and like you speak to your DJ, just ask him.
I'd say just like a desk, mate. Like what you'd fit like all I'd say is like fit 2 monitors on there and maybe like a PC tower, something like that.
Cool. I'll make a desk. I'll make it.
About that, because it's for a DJ. It doesn't have to be a certain.
How big's your vehicle?
Whatever.
Do you have a van big enough to get something in?
I got a big ass. My dad's got one, so
I'd have to make it in like 2 parts. I could make it one big solid thing. And
my dad's had this van for about 3-4 years now, and he bought it brand new, and he's done 450 miles on it.
So is it like a long wheelbase transit or a short wheelbase transit?
It's a Citroen actually.
Okay.
It's a Citroen, and the back door actually opens up, because most back door of the vans open sideways, but his opens up, and he asked for that specifically because if it rains, he can still do a bit of work, and he's got a bit of shelter, make a bit of a shelter out of it.
Fair play.
So I thought, didn't think of it like that.
Yeah, I'll make that, no bother. But I'm going to make it my way.
My way.
Yeah, because I'm just bringing up the pictures now. He's got like a. Yeah, I'll make that.
I'll try and find a better picture of it, because I think I took close-up pictures because I thought, I reckon I could, but I thought
with the little heart on the front and everything. Yes.
Yeah, I think you could make it better. But I'll send you all the pictures that I got, because I got all like right behind where the heart is, because it's actually really like the way it's made is shit. Not really.
Yeah.
It's quite shabby chic. scruffy looking.
I think that's the idea of it. I think that's the idea of it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And it works well.
I think that's the only problem is I like making furniture look brand new and really mint.
Yeah.
So I'd have to I'd probably have to go and find pallets to get that sort of shit style wood. But there is a building site literally exactly where my thumb is pointing.
Getting rid of them.
They love getting rid of these sort of pallets and stuff.
Yeah.
So I might go down and just see, bro.
And bonfire night's coming as well, so it's good to get a lot of pallets get burnt, don't they? So
yeah, so you have that sort of bits left over. So I could make the frame out of really nice wood and then the rest of it so that it looks like shit on the front.
It's just some shitty 2x2 batten, mate. Like, don't mean it's nothing crazy. But yeah,
you've not met me before.
On regards to subjects, mate, we haven't really got much time now. I think that might be it, isn't it? Was that an hour up?
It is.
Nice. That was a nice little just chilled out session, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe.
I love the way
any fucking, if you've got any subjects, and put it in the comments section, you wankers.
Or don't like and subscribe. I couldn't give a fuck because I don't care if anyone watches it.
It's always good to promote it. It's always good to promote it, though. Yeah, fuck you. Don't like and subscribe. Fuck you. It's mine and Dan's channel. If you're watching it, stop being a nosy little cunt.
This is for me and you. I don't care if anyone watches it. I really don't. I upload. I don't look at the numbers. I never look.
I don't look at it. I just look at the comments.
How many subscribers have we got? Comments? I don't even. Sometimes I'll respond to a comment or two.
If I remember last time I looked for subscribers, I normally look at the comments because it's normally Dale's again. Oh yeah. I'm gonna do this. Because I can imagine him doing that. But
you've got 11 subscribers. I'm happy with that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Happy days.
Dales, he sent me a picture of him. The fact that he'd watched every single episode, which I thought was kind of cool of him.
Yeah. To be fair, a lot of my sister watches, and she loved the last episode with Keita. She couldn't stop fucking laughing at it, and it's so funny.
Is it because I take the piss a lot?
I was laughing. Take the piss out of me, yeah.
And the fact that I take the piss with my eyes, sometimes she'd say something and I just be like,
oh my God. I was looking back and I was like, she's taking a piss out how my pea brain. And I'm like, you have a Tic Tac brain. You have half a Tic Tac brain. And I said that to her, actually, those exact words. I said, you have a Tic Tac brain. She goes, Tic Tacs are bigger in a pea.
She's not wrong.
Happy with it. Yeah, but a Tic Tac's bigger in a pea.
She's not wrong.
Such, I don't know. I'm gonna have to fucking have a look now.
You have to measure a pea. Yeah. Right. Well, we gotta go. So don't like and subscribe. I don't care.
Don't like and subscribe. Don't comment on there. We don't give a fuck. If you're offended, we do give a fuck because we love if you have been offended.
Yeah, because it's funny. It's funny. That I want you to comment. If we said something offended by this,
comment. And then what we'll do is we'll look at it. We'll get a piece of paper, fucking wipe it, and throw it in the toilet.
What we'll do is in the next one, we'll talk about your complaint. We'll just have a 10-minute session where we just talk about your complaint and how much we don't care.
Yeah.
Right, so you take it easy. You go, because I've got to go and watch Formula 1 with the missus.
Yeah, see you later, you little queer little man.
That means weird.
That means weird.
So offended. All right, see you later, bro.
See you later, guys.